That's good. Hey everyone, how's it going? I know it's been a little bit of a while there since I uploaded. That's life. Can't really do much about it. Try to make time for you. I really do. Don't take me wrong, I do. So today I'm gonna show you guys a tutorial on how to make a little bear poking through a log with his bum hanging out the back. Pretty easy carving to do. I know for me in the beginning there's quite a rough learning curve to these things, but no matter how they look, I always manage to sell them because they're cute. People love cute. You can sell cute all day. Scary, not so much. Alright, without further ado, let's get to it. To start this off, the tools you're really going to need today are just, for the saws, you're just going to need an MS 170, well, a small bar, and a standard size bar. You get these bars at your Stihl dealership or any chainsaw place. It's a pull saw bar with the addition of a quarter pitch sprocket to run on the MS 170. So the size of the log we're using here today is about a foot across, a little oblong. It's shaped like an egg. So there's three main cuts on this carving, which is it. So what you're gonna want to do is essentially just make a square. So figure out you've got your bear's head, right? And then you've got your bear's legs and then his toes. Now if you can look at that kind of in a sideways pattern, alright, so I'm gonna draw the pattern you're gonna want to carve. So you've got your first cut that comes in, out, down, nose, right? Underneath, chest, legs, and toes. Really, really simple. And then you just carve that in one direction, then we'll go around and shape it all the way around the other way. So your first cut, 45-degree in, about 2 inches from the top. Leave 2 inches, don't go any taller because that piece will crack off. And essentially, we're gonna make a square. So we're just gonna cut. And we're just digging the saw in on these ones. We aren't doing anything else other than that. Give me a quick sec here. There's no power. Of course there's no power. Why would there be power? What kind of work environment is this? Alright, so we made our little rectangle here. We went in on a 45, kind of a 45. I'm not really good with angles, so don't get me wrong here. So we went in, and then we cut that piece out, and then we just immediately did 2 lines. That's our square. We're gonna go, and we're just gonna kind of cut these back a little bit, kind of so that they're arced up inside of the danger zone. I call that the danger zone because we get close to the jaw force every single time I hit that. Next on the list of things to do, we've got a block chopped down. Now this is our entire bear front. Oh shit, ears. We're doing ears next. Start the chainsaw and forget you can't hear over that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take about 2 bar widths off the top here and just stop a little bit at the back, right? And then so it kind of looks like a step. Those are ears, alright? 2 bar widths, so I need. Voila, ears. I'm going to downgrade to the MS 170 with a small bar on it. We're going to go in about, if you can divide this top portion into 3s. Your nose and your 2 cheeks. And that's essentially all you're doing. So. Okay, there you go. So we're going down on here a little bit, and then we're gonna make a just an aggressive end, not aggressive, a little bit out, and then we're gonna leave it so it's straight, because this is the chest, the legs, and the toes in this cut. Relatively important that you leave them with some toes.
Make a boo-boo and you cut the toes off like I just did, right? You lower the carving down and then you create toes down here. I'll show you what I mean in a quick sec here. Alright, so when it comes to rounding off the body, you can use a chainsaw, you use a grinder, you use a die grinder, any tool that you feel comfortable with. Take as much off as you want, take as little off as you want. At this point, it's pretty hard to screw up the carving unless you like knock the nose off or something crazy like that, which is doable. So I mean, take your time.
Chainsaw against the ear at the front of the nose and kind of round him down, round this edge down, and then kind of round off the bottom of the face. We're going to do that in one swift go. Alright, so we just rounded off the face. So next we're gonna make 2 marks right here just to show that that's where his face stops, and then we're gonna do a V on top of the nose, cut out the ears all at once. For the ears, if you saw what I did there, is I just kind of brushed with my saw, and brushing is when you just leave the saw on the wood and go back and forth. It's a very slow process and it takes a little bit of practice. Once you get the hang of it, man, you'll be laughing. So we've got our head and we've gone and done this on either side. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go kind of from the bottom here and meet these cuts. You might want to go a little deeper if you want. And then we're just gonna do a little V in the center. This is your V here. All right, and these are his legs on either side. So we're just gonna come up and in. And like I said, the toes, we're gonna dig those toes out and lower the carving down. And then we'll move on to the finishing process.
So at this point we have like the major work done out. The next portion is just going to be touching up all our cuts, making everything a little bit more defined. And when I say that, all I really mean is we're just going to be going, we're going to shadow the bear again, just go in and tidy all these up. We got like a crap ton of cuts on the side here that don't make the carving look nice. You want everything, you know, essentially smooth, right? Backing pad with a 50 grit disc on there. We're going to use this bad boy to do all the features except for the eyes. The eyes are just little spade bits, which I don't actually have, so we're just going to use the die grinder to punch a hole. Call that an eyeball. Now, you and me both know you know how to finish a bear, so it's just grinding. Adding fur, doing all kinds of stuff.
finishing this carving is not like a really high up thing. It takes a lot of practice. It's a really simple one. You just make a whole bunch of scratch marks. You do that with a grinder or you do it with a chainsaw. It's your call. I like doing fur with the grinder most times on small carvings, because then I don't have to go in after I've cut them and sand them off. For this next part, we're just going to be using a Dremel. I'm just using one of these little bits. Pretty standard. You can find it at Canadian Tire, I believe. Shite. They're expensive. They're like $10 for 2 bits. They're ridiculous. But they work great. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into those areas you can't get a chainsaw or you can't get a grinder. I like to call them impossible angles because they're absolutely impossible to deal with, right? Yeah, that's copyrighted, don't use that. So we're gonna go in and do a little bit of the hair on the top of the head because we couldn't get anything in there.
And let's finish the nose off while we're at it. Beautiful.
Like I said, I don't actually have any spade bits to make the eyes, and if you know what a spade bit is, it's one of those, it's a bit, essentially it looks like a screwdriver with a pointed nub on it, and it goes in a drill, and when you put it in wood it makes a hole. I use that a lot on my carvings for eyes because it's easier than actually hand carving them, and it looks pretty good. So what I'm doing now is I'm using a saber tooth bit. It's a teardrop for a Dremel. It's the green one, so it's not that aggressive. I'm just gonna poke 2 holes and make eyes, alright?
While we've got this bit out, we're gonna go dig the ears out a little bit.
I forgot to do the toes, so we're gonna go and just carve, do 4 little slots, or you do 5 little slots for the toes. Oh, shite! So the bum is pretty straightforward. Just cut a rectangle out and put legs on it. And then grind to perfection. Alright? Voila! Very simple. Carve a square, put the center in the middle, give it fur, put a tail on there. Those are the legs. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do a little quick time lapse of sanding up and finishing this. Always important to wear a respirator because, hey, we want to live forever, right? A little bit of light burning on the bum, and then we're going to make the whole rest of this thing kind of look like a tree, alright? Light burning. Alright? Ta-da! Bear in a stump. Now for making this thing look like bark, it's just making little lines every once in a while. Add just little burn marks here, little burn marks there. Nose up, make his nose black, make his ears black. around the back of the carving, nice and dark. Alright, then just kind of make them a little brown. There you go, guys. Really simple $40 carbon. I personally sell them for $50. I'll seal them up, do all that good stuff to them, and people absolutely love them. $40 Barrett carbon. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep on carving.